Thank you, Chairman, and thank you to the panel for being here. I want to contrast and focus on two different things, organ donations and fetal tissue donations. First, many say that organ donation is a gift that one can give. It's a beautiful thing when you think about somebody donating their organs. And organ donations are done with dignity, disclosure of where and how the organs will be used. And in every hospital in the nation, there are uninfluenced counselors to help with the process, and no money is made from the organ. The process is transparent and seen as ethical. On the other hand, when it comes to fetal tissue donation, it's different. A scared, vulnerable woman, including a minor, who's underage, can come into a clinic on the morning of her surgery, and first she needs to give consent to the procedure without any parental guidance or anyone there. Then before the event, before this invasive procedure, a tissue technician comes to her and gets her to donate her baby body parts. Instead of an unbiased counselor, the tissue technician may be focused on making a commission rather than protecting that woman's best interest. It is not transparent how the fetal organs will be used or by what organization. To me, the contrast is astounding. It is ethical. It is unethical for this procedure to happen this way. So my question is, who protects the woman's interest in each case? Who protects the minor's interest in this case? There are no existing laws related to consent for fetal tissue donation. How many organs are needed? How much will be paid out for each body part? And as a mother of two teenage girls, I am absolutely astounded and outraged that we don't have laws in place to protect our minors. Mr. Lennon, why is there uniform law for organ donation in every hospital in this nation and an entirely different practice for donations of fetal organ tissue?
I don't know, and I would have to speculate. That's a good question.
Mr. Is it
Sakaya?
Sakaya.
Yes. My father was Persian and came here. He was actually from India, but his people were from Persia. My cousins all say, Kenny, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's Sakia, But so Sakaya. Yeah.
Is there any evidence if there is any evidence that a law is being broken or suggestions of profiteering from baby organs, should there be investigations to ensure that this is not the case?
Yeah, and I thought that was the focus of this hearing, which is to ask of a federal prosecutor, if you had this information, would it justify a thorough investigation to ascertain those facts?
That's right. At the end of your comments, you mentioned that it is actually the duty to investigate to make sure that laws aren't being broken.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Foster, I want to point out 5 immediate differences when it comes to organ donation and fetal tissue donation, and ask why there would be such a gross difference. And I want to ask your thoughts after you hear these 5. First, organ donation is done with protections and advocates for the donor and or the person giving consent for the donation of the organs of a loved one, sometimes that is already deceased. There's no profit being made or monies exchanged with organ donation. Furthermore, if there was any evidence of such, there would be great cause to investigate. 3, there is never a minor under duress having to make these decisions alone without the consent or advocate of an adult or for any operation procedure, let alone an invasive procedure. Furthermore, a minor would never be in a position to make the decision to donate the organs of another person. There is no contact when it comes to organ donation between the recipient of the organ, the physician procuring the organs, or the transfer team with the consent giver, the transfer team of the consent giver, before the consent is being given. And the HIPAA violations would never be allowed when it comes to organ donation. So I want to ask you this. If you are ever in a clinic sitting in that room, understanding that those protections are different, who is there advocating for you?
In an abortion clinic?
Yes.
No one.
No one. Now, furthermore, who is there advocating for a minor who this country would not let get behind the wheel of a vehicle, would not allow to vote, would not allow to join the military, would not be allowed to smoke, would not even be allowed to join a gym because there's a financially binding contract?
No one.
No one.